want to talk to you about the presuppositions of NLP. Well, before that, I need to pay some attention to a fish, a smallish fish. The first of the morning, always welcome. So the presuppositions of NLP are the backbone of thinking of any good communicator, or you could even say any amazing human being. And how they work is, they're like convenient beliefs, if you like. I mean, in my life, I tend to have as little beliefs as possible, if not zero. Because when you think about the process and the function of a belief, even if a belief is positive, which obviously we're talking about good beliefs, they will still have limitations to them. A decent belief will have a boundary, and all boundaries mean they are limited, in essence, even a really good one. Okay, let's get this fish in. And there we are, just a little common carp. Beautiful, very small. We're talking about the convenient beliefs in NLP called the presuppositions, and I'm going to show you how powerful they are and what they're all about. Because when we train communicators and we train leaders and we're training people as practitioners, we're not trying to tell them what to think, and we're not trying to make robots out of them either. The idea is that when you're under pressure, or when things go wrong, or let's say not as well as you think they should do, where do you go to? Where's your place? If you understand the principle of anchoring, where's your anchor? What's in the background when things are not going right? And the presuppositions of NLP, for me, are the kind of underlying fabric of how we think in the background when things are not going right. Now, it is quite a strange thing, I admit, to be telling people what to think when things aren't going right, but it isn't about that. So the difficulty for me to get across to you is that if we've got a presupposition in NLP, which is, in essence, is presupposed before you even go out into the world, that there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. Now, if we just tell somebody that and say, okay, now get on with your life, well, probably nothing's going to happen, because they're probably going to still fail the way they did and feel the same way they did and have the same kind of response to how they did in the past. So there's no point just saying, here's a convenient belief. What a person has to do is actually embody that belief system, or embody that underlying structure, philosophy behind what they're doing in their practice. And for me, there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. Opened my eyes more than any other presupposition did, or any other kind of belief system did, because in my life, in the background was, it's not fair, and I don't trust life as well. So a couple there were running in the background. And when I saw the reality and the truth of how things work in the world about failure and not failure, it completely and utterly changed my focus in life, which was going up and down. Like, I get some success, things would happen really well, then I'd go back down again, and it would be not very good, and then I'd come up again. And in between those times of success, there was a huge chasm of going downwards and failing, and then losing things, like losing money, losing relationships, going down and down and down. And then I would get to the bottom and rise up again. But to realize that in the world, There cannot be failure, complete failure. There can be, let's say, interim failure, or things that didn't go as you expected them to go. But ultimate failure can't occur because you don't recognize, let's say something happens, there's a small accident, or you lose a bit of money or something like that. In the big picture of life, you don't know why that had to happen in order to get you where you need to go. You've no idea, and I've no idea why I would have to have that experience to get to the next place I need to get to in my life. So in terms of failure, you never know what that incident, what that challenge, what that issue is going to do for you. You have no idea. And really seriously, I'm not just doing positive thinking here. I'm doing, you really do not know why something has to happen for you to get to the next place. So the only thing that can go wrong with that thing you didn't expect it is if you put a whole bunch of meaning on it, like it's not supposed to be there, or like me, life's not fair. I would just tune into that one. Oh, that's happened, life's not fair. And even if life was going well, I'd still be looking for, well, what's the next thing that's going to show me that life's not fair again? So by blowing out that and seeing that life is a series of possibilities, and when you do fall, then that fall can have some feedback from you about where you're going in life. So to make that presupposition work, you do have to have some kind of vision, or remember that you have a purpose on the planet. That's absolutely very good. But to empower yourself as a being, well, for me, my own personal experience of that was that I didn't have to go down these big dark tunnels anymore, these cul-de-sacs, after success. And the story which brings this to life more than any is the one of a president who basically failed at almost everything. His girlfriend died when he was young. He failed in business. He failed when he went for presidential elections. He lost every single one of them, more or less. And by the time he was 62, he became the president of the United States of America. And that man, as you guessed, was Abraham Lincoln. When you look at his life, his CV, it's not very good. It's full of what you might call failure. But obviously, this guy didn't take it as failure. He took it as knowledge and wisdom and learning and feedback for where he wanted to go. And when he did become president, probably I'd say one of the best presidents that's ever been. And I know that because of the linguistics and the knowledge and wisdom that came through his quotes. If you ever want to look for really, really, really good quotes, look at Abraham Lincoln's quotes, because his is the best. His are the best.